True freedom lies in not depending on others' opinions to be happy. It resides within you, waiting to be discovered. Free yourself and find your peace. Have you ever wondered why some people never seem to appreciate you, no matter how hard you try? Have you ever gone through moments where your actions are ignored, your words have no weight, and your presence is underestimated? The truth is, often the problem isn't with others, but in how you react to those situations. Reflect on this story if you have the courage. Once upon a time, there was a tree that provided shade, fruit, and shelter to all who passed by. One day, a tired traveler sat under its branches, ate its fruit, and rested. But when he left, he didn't thank the tree or even look back. The tree remained standing, but something changed within it. What do you think it learned at that moment? Well, this story has a lot to do with what we're going to talk about today. Have you ever felt like that tree? Giving everything you've got, but realizing the people around you don't recognize your value? Have you ever felt stuck in relationships or situations where it seems like nothing you do is enough? Whether in relationships, work, or even within the family. It's common to encounter situations where we feel invisible, as if nothing we do matters. So, let me ask you something. What would you do if you discovered that the key to being valued lies in changing small behaviors that no one has ever taught you? In today's video, we're going to talk about 10 powerful attitudes based on Stoic wisdom that can transform this situation. These are simple but profoundly effective actions that will change the way you position yourself and deal with those who don't respect you. By applying these attitudes, you'll notice a transformation in how people react to you, developing more confidence and clarity in your relationships. Imagine being free from the feeling of always being underestimated and finally being recognized for your true worth. This will not only strengthen your self-esteem but also bring more peace and balance to your life. Have you ever gone through situations where you felt your value was ignored and disrespected? If yes, stay until the end, because this video is for you. Today, you'll learn 10 practical attitudes based on Stoic wisdom that will help you disarm and frustrate those who don't value you and take back control of your life. And before we dive in, I want to invite you to reflect. What are you doing today that may be sending the wrong message to others that they don't respect you? Leave in the comments what you'd like to change. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and activate notifications so you won't miss any valuable videos like this. Without further ado, let's start this transformation together. Attitude number 1. Stop seeking external approval. How many times have you refrained from doing something you wanted because you were afraid of what others would think? The constant search for approval is like carrying a backpack full of stones. It weighs you down, tires you, and prevents you from moving forward. The Stoics used to say that we can't control others' opinions, but we can control how we react to them. And the first attitude to disarm those who don't value you is precisely to stop seeking external validation. Think of someone who always tries to please everyone, but ends up feeling exhausted and invisible. This happens because by seeking approval, you hand over control of your happiness to others. A practical example: you refrain from expressing your opinion at work for fear of being judged, but you end up feeling frustrated because you're not being heard. The truth is, when you stop seeking approval, people begin to see you differently. To put this into practice, start small. Try saying no to something that doesn't serve you without over-explaining. It could be an invitation you don't want to accept or a task that isn't your responsibility. The Stoic principle behind this is simple. Focus on what's under your control, your actions, and ignore what's not, others' reactions. Over time, you'll notice that people respect those who know how to set boundaries. Imagine your mind as a castle. If you leave the doors open for everyone to come and go as they please, the castle loses its essence. But when you put up gates and decide who enters, the castle becomes a place of power and authenticity. Similarly, when you stop seeking approval, you strengthen your self-esteem and become immune to others' opinions. Now, reflect. What are you holding back from doing today out of fear of others' judgment? Leave in the comments a situation where you'd like to be more authentic. And get ready, because the next signal will reveal an attitude so powerful that it could completely change the way people see you. You won't want to miss it. Attitude number 2. Master the art of strategic indifference. Have you ever heard that sometimes the best response is no response? Strategic indifference is one of the most powerful tools to disarm those who don't appreciate you. When someone tries to provoke or belittle you, and you simply don't react, you take away the power they have over you. The Stoics call this emotional control, not allowing the actions of others to disturb your inner peace. Imagine someone who constantly makes negative comments about you, waiting for a reaction. If you respond with anger or frustration, they get exactly what they want, your attention. But if you simply ignore them as if you never heard, you break their game. A practical example. At work, a colleague tries to destabilize you with criticism. Instead of retaliating, you calmly thank them and move on. This shows you don't rely on their validation. To apply strategic indifference, practice pausing before reacting. When someone provokes you, take a deep breath and count to 3 in your mind. This gives you time to choose how to act, rather than reacting impulsively. The Stoic principle here is clear. You can't control what others do, but you can control how you react. And often, the best reaction is no reaction at all. Think of strategic indifference as an invisible shield. When you use it, provocations and criticisms simply ricochet without hitting you. This doesn't mean being cold or distant, but rather protecting your energy and focus for what really matters. Over time, people will realize they can't affect you and will start to respect you more. Now reflect, who or what has been taking away your peace lately? How can you apply strategic indifference to that situation? Leave a comment and get ready, because the next signal will show you how to use silence as a powerful tool to disarm those who don't value you. You won't want to miss it. Attitude number 3. Use silence as a powerful weapon. Silence can be more impactful than 1,000 words. When someone tries to provoke or devalue you, responding with silence is a powerful way to show that you're not willing to play their game. The Stoics believe that silence is a form of wisdom, because it allows you to maintain control of the situation without wearing yourself out emotionally. Imagine a heated argument where the other person is shouting and you simply stay silent, looking them in the eyes. The contrast is so strong that often the person feels embarrassed and stops acting hostile. A practical example. At a family gathering, someone makes a rude comment about you. Instead of retaliating, you simply don't. Respond and change the subject. This shows maturity and self-control. To master silence as a weapon, practice active listening. When someone says something that bothers you, listen until they're finished without interrupting. Then, instead of immediately responding, pause for a few seconds. This not only gives you time to think, but it also puts the other person in a position of expectation, where they might even reconsider what they just said. Think of silence as a mirror. When you remain calm and quiet in the face of provocation, the other person is forced to see their own reflection. Often this makes them realize how unnecessary or aggressive they were being. And when that happens, you gain their respect without saying a word. Now reflect. When was the last time you impulsively reacted to a provocation? How could silence have changed the outcome? Leave a comment. And get ready, because the next signal will reveal how self-confidence can completely change the way people treat you. This is something you won't want to miss. Attitude number 4. Cultivate unshakable self-confidence. Self-confidence is like a magnet. The more you cultivate it, the more people are drawn to you. When you believe in your own worth, others will start to believe in it too. The Stoics teach that true confidence comes from within, not from the approval of others, and that is the key to disarming those who don't appreciate you. Imagine someone entering a room full of people, and without saying a word, capturing everyone's attention. This happens because the person exudes confidence through posture, gaze, and energy. A practical example. In a job interview, you confidently talk about your accomplishments without downplaying them or apologizing. This makes the interviewer see you as someone capable and trustworthy. To build self-confidence, start by celebrating your small victories. Write down 3 things you did well today, no matter how simple they may seem. This helps reprogram your mind to focus on what you do best. The Stoic principle behind this is simple. Gratitude for what you've already achieved strengthens your ability to face new challenges. Think of self-confidence as armor. When you wear it, criticisms and negative opinions simply don't affect you. This doesn't mean being arrogant, but rather being sure of your worth, regardless of what others think. And when you act with this confidence, people naturally begin to treat you with more respect. Now reflect. What makes you doubt your own worth? How can you start building more self-confidence today? Leave a comment and get ready, because the next signal will show you how assertiveness can transform your relationships. This will change everything. Attitude number 5. Be assertive, not aggressive. Assertiveness is the sweet spot between passivity and aggression. It is the ability to express your needs and opinions clearly and respectfully, without letting others walk all over you. The Stoics believe that assertive communication is essential to maintaining healthy relationships and avoiding unnecessary conflicts. Imagine a situation where someone tries to impose a task that isn't your responsibility. Instead of accepting silently, passivity, or exploding in anger, aggression, you say, "I understand your need, but right now I'm focused on other priorities. Let's find another solution." This shows that you value your time and choices without disrespecting the other person. To practice assertiveness, use sentences that start with "I" instead of "you." For example, "I feel overwhelmed when I receive extra tasks without prior notice." Sounds much better than "You always dump work on me." This approach reduces the other person's defensiveness and opens space for productive dialogue. Think of assertiveness as a bridge. On one side is what you need, on the other, what the other person expects. Assertiveness is the balanced path that connects both sides. When you practice this, people start seeing you as someone who knows how to stand their ground, but also respects others' boundaries. Now, reflect. In what situations do you struggle to be assertive? How can you start communicating more clearly and respectfully? Leave a comment and get ready, because the next signal will show you how emotional independence can free you from the need for external validation. This will change the game. Attitude number 6. Develop emotional independence. Emotional independence is the ability to feel complete and happy on your own, without depending on others' approval or attention. The Stoics teach that true happiness comes from within, not from external circumstances. When you develop this independence, no one has the power to make you feel inferior. Imagine someone who ends a relationship and, instead of sinking into sadness, uses the moment to reconnect with themselves. This person doesn't deny the pain, but they don't let it define their worth either. A practical example: you receive criticism at work, and instead of taking it personally, you reflect on what you can learn from it. To cultivate emotional independence, practice self-awareness. Spend a few minutes each day reflecting on your emotions without judging them. Ask yourself, why did this affect me so much? What does this say about me? The Stoic principle behind this is that, by understanding your emotions, you gain control over them, instead of being controlled by them. Think of emotional independence as a lighthouse. Even in the midst of storms, it continues shining, guiding ships. Similarly, when you are emotionally independent, nothing that happens around you can extinguish your inner light. And when people notice this, they begin to admire you even more. Now, reflect. Who or what do you depend on emotionally today? How can you start strengthening yourself from within? Leave a comment and get ready, because the next signal will reveal how gratitude can transform your life and relationships. This is something you can't miss. Attitude number 7. Practice gratitude as a superpower. Gratitude is one of the most transformative feelings there is. When you practice gratitude, you shift your focus from what you lack to what you already have, and this attracts more good things into your life. The Stoics believed that gratitude is the key to happiness because it helps us appreciate the present and find meaning in even the smallest things. Imagine someone who, even on a difficult day, can find reasons to be grateful. The hot coffee in the morning, A hug from a friend, the sun shining in the sky. This person doesn't ignore the problems, but they choose not to let them overshadow the good things. Practical example. After an argument, you thank the opportunity to learn something new about yourself and the other person. To incorporate gratitude into your daily life, start a gratitude journal. Every night, write down 3 things you're grateful for. It can be something big, like an achievement at work, or something small, like a stranger's smile. The Stoic principle here is that, by focusing on the positive, you train your mind to see opportunities where you once saw only problems. Think of gratitude as a magnet for good energy. When you express gratitude, you attract more reasons to be grateful. And when you express gratitude to others, they feel valued and tend to reciprocate with more kindness and respect. This creates a virtuous cycle that strengthens your relationships. Now, reflect. What are 3 things you're grateful for today? Leave a comment and get ready, because the next signal will show you how resilience can transform you into a virtually unbreakable person. This will surprise you. Attitude number 8. Cultivate resilience as an unbreakable shield. Resilience is the ability to recover in the face of adversity, and it is essential for those who want to disarm those who don't appreciate them. The Stoics believed that challenges are disguised opportunities for us to become stronger. When you develop resilience, nothing can knock you down for long. Imagine a tree in the middle of a storm. While branches break and leaves fly, its roots remain firm, holding it in place. The storm passes, and the tree stands tall, stronger than before. A practical example. You receive a no on an important project, but instead of giving up, you analyze what went wrong and use it as a learning experience to try again. To strengthen your resilience, practice acceptance. Instead of fighting against situations you can't control, accept them as part of life and focus on what you can do to move forward. The Stoic principle behind this is that resistance to suffering often hurts more than the suffering itself. Think of resilience as a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. Every challenge overcome is like a workout that prepares you to face even greater obstacles. And when people realize you don't give up easily, they start to respect you more. Now reflect. What was the last challenge you faced, and how did you deal with it? What did you learn from that experience? Leave a comment. And get ready, because the next signal will show you how authenticity can attract the right people into your life. This is going to change everything. Attitude number 9. Be authentic without fear of shining. Authenticity is living according to your values, without worrying about pleasing everyone. When you are authentic, you attract people who value who you truly are and push away those who don't deserve you. The Stoics teach that true freedom lies in being true to yourself, regardless of others' expectations. Imagine someone who wears clothes, speaks, and acts in a way that doesn't match their essence, just to fit into a group. Now think of someone who lives authentically, without fear of expressing their opinions and passions. Who do you think inspires more respect? A practical example. You decide to pursue a career you love, even though it's not the most socially valued. This shows courage and self-confidence. To be more authentic, start by identifying your core values. What is truly important to you? What makes you feel alive? Use these answers as a guide for your decisions. The Stoic principle here is that when you live according to your essence, you find inner peace, even if the world around you disagrees. Think of authenticity as a light. When you allow it to shine, it attracts other lights and illuminates the path for those around you. And when you stop trying to be someone you're not, people begin to admire you for your courage to be different. Now reflect. In which areas of your life have you been hiding to please others? How can you start being more authentic today? Leave, comment, and get ready, because the next signal will reveal how strategic generosity can transform your relationships. This is something you can't miss. Attitude number 10. Practice strategic generosity. Strategic generosity is helping others without sacrificing yourself or expecting anything in return. When you are generous in a smart way, you create genuine connections and show that you value the people around you. The Stoics believe that generosity is a form of virtue, but it must be practiced wisely. without excess. Imagine someone who always helps others, but never forgets about themselves. This person knows how to say no when necessary, but when they say yes, they do so wholeheartedly. A practical example. You offer help to a coworker, but make it clear that you can only do so within your available time. This shows that you are supportive, but also respect your own limits. To practice strategic generosity, start small. Offer help with something that doesn't cost you too much time or energy, like sharing knowledge or giving sincere advice. The Stoic principle behind this is that generosity should be an act of freedom, not obligation. Think of generosity as a seed. When you plant it carefully, it grows and bears fruit that benefits everyone around you. And when you are generous without expecting anything in return, people begin to see you as someone reliable and genuine. Now, reflect. How can you be more strategically generous in your life? Leave a comment. And get ready, because the next video will reveal how these 10 attitudes can come together to completely transform how people see and treat you. You won't want to miss it. So let's recap. You've learned to stop seeking external approval, master strategic indifference, use silence as a weapon, cultivate self-confidence, be assertive without being aggressive, develop emotional independence, practice gratitude, strengthen your resilience, live authentically, and practice strategic generosity. Each of these attitudes is a powerful step to disarm those who don't appreciate you and transform how people see and treat you. Now, imagine 5 years from now. You're still exhausting yourself trying to please everyone, stuck in relationships that drain you, repeating the same patterns that make you unhappy. How would you feel? The frustration of not being valued, the feeling of being stuck, the burden of carrying things that no longer serve you. All of this can be avoided if you take action today. Life is too short to waste on things that don't do you good. And have you identified any attitude that needs to change in your life? Which of these signs resonated with you the most? Leave a comment. What will you face first? Your experience may inspire others to begin their own transformation journey. Let's learn and grow together. If this video helped you reflect or inspired you to take action, leave a like so more people can find this content. And if you haven't subscribed yet, join our community. Click subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next videos full of practical wisdom. See you next time, and remember, you have the power to transform your life, one attitude at a time.